Hey Busy Bees, it's Zung, and today I wanted to share with you some Valentine's Day gifts that you can make for your friends. Everybody loves chocolate, right? And recently I found this chocolate shop in LA called Compartes. Oh my gosh, they have like the best chocolate. They have dark chocolate that they mix with circus animals, fruit, whiskey, just really fun things, but they're kind of pricey. One bar like this is like $10. So I was really inspired by all of their flavors and I thought, hey, let's do a DIY version and have some fun with it. So today I'm gonna show you how to make chocolate bars with pretzels, circus animals, and fruits with roses. Yep, fruit with roses. Rose petals are edible. Anyways, if you guys are excited to make your own Valentine's Day gifts, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more fun ideas, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I'll go ahead and get started with melting my chocolate. So for this recipe, you can use your favorite chocolate bar. I'm using ghirardelli, and I tend to like my chocolate kind of dark, so this is 72% cacao. The one from Compartes is 70% cacao. You can find chocolates, good quality chocolates, pretty much anywhere nowadays. I recommend ghirardelli, TCHO, which is like a Bay Area company. What else is good? Theo is good, and then Lindt is also pretty good too. You can find them pretty much anywhere, but I tend to shy away from milk chocolate because I find it to be too sweet, but if that's your thing, then hey, go for it. So to melt our chocolate, I'm gonna start by doing a bain-marie. Here I have just a medium saucepan with a little bit of water at the bottom. You don't wanna fill it up too high. And I'm gonna bring it to a light boil. Once it reaches a light boil, I'll turn off the heat and then I'll put this steel bowl directly on top. You don't want the bowl to be touching the water because it could scorch the chocolate. Now I'll just take my chocolates, break them into small pieces, drop them in the bowl, and I'll just let it sit until it's melted about 2/3 of the way through, and then I'm gonna swirl it with my spatula. All right, our chocolate is looking good. I learned from a fellow coworker at Sunset who is also a pastry chef, and she taught me how to melt chocolate correctly. Basically, you just take a spatula and you swirl in one direction, so clockwise, and scrape the bottom so that it's nice and smooth. And that's it. It looks beautiful. All right, so now I'm ready to pour this into my molds. But first I wanted to show you guys the silicone molds. I'll link these in the description box below. You can get like a 2-pack for $10, so it's pretty cheap. So the first one I'm gonna make is circus animals with sprinkles. Honestly, this is great for Valentine's Day for kids and their classmates, but I think I'm gonna make these for Eris's first birthday favors. They're so cute and I love how they turned out. So while I was testing the recipes, there's a few tips that I wanna give you before we get started. The bottom of our chocolate bowl is full of water. The first time I did this, I didn't think about the condensation at the bottom, and it spilled into my chocolate mold and it kind of ruined it. So before you start, remove the bowl and just wipe the bottom to get rid of any water so it does not spill into your mold. Looks nice and clean. So now we're just gonna pour in a little bit just to cover the bottom. This looks good. So any leftover chocolate, just go ahead and put it back onto the pot because you wanna keep it melted still for the next few chocolates. Now with my small offset spatula, I'm gonna spread the chocolate to make it even. I'll just give it a quick shake so that it levels out. Look at that. So pretty. And now for the fun part. We start decorating. Here I got some classic circus animals. And I'm just gonna randomly place them. Switch off between every other color. And last one, a camel. I think this is my favorite shape in the circus animal cookie farm. Now with the empty negative chocolate space, we're gonna fill it in with tons of sprinkles. Here I just have some rainbow sprinkles and I'll just toss them in. And that's it. Doesn't that look so festive and fun? I'm gonna let it sit here for a few minutes just so it kind of solidifies enough so that I can move it into the fridge. So I've moved our circus animal sprinkle chocolate bar into the fridge and I'm just gonna let it set for about 15 minutes just until it's nice and firm. Moving on, we're gonna be making Comparte's probably their best seller, at least that's what they told me, chocolate and pretzels. So I've already broken up the pretzels into pieces. You want just varying sizes. If you guys wanna use those classic twisty pretzels, that's totally fine too. If you were to use those though, I would just leave them whole. All right, again with our chocolate, wipe the bowl. Look how smooth that is. So pretty. Now, I don't want to fill the mold all the way through because as you add the pieces of pretzels or just our toppings in general, the chocolate could overflow. So I just want to leave a little bit of room and then using my offset spatula, I'll move it around again. And then we'll just sprinkle in our pretzel pieces. I like to add a little bit of the crumbs just so it adds a little bit of interesting patterns to this. All right, so once I'm done sprinkling the pretzels, I'm just gonna give the chocolate mold a shake to even everything out. Now I'll just let it sit for a few minutes to firm up at the bottom and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge too. So last but not least, this one's probably the most fancy, bougie one out of all of them. Guys, take notes because it includes everything that a lady would want. Gold, roses, berries, chocolates. You'll win some good points on this one. All right, so here I have my mold laid out and then I'm just gonna add my chocolate. I forgot to wipe the bowl and this is what happens. There's a drop of water, but luckily it did not get into my mold. Whew. Spread our chocolate out. Give it a shake. If it goes onto the mold like this, don't worry about it because later when you break the chocolate, it'll separate. So first, I'm gonna sprinkle some gold dust. If you guys have like edible gold, you can totally place it on too, but I like the gold dust and that's all I have. So I'll add a little bit to my strainer. The gold just gives it a very pretty shimmer. I got this at Michael's, but you can get it at pretty much any craft stores. Now I'm gonna layer on some freeze-dried strawberries. I like finding round ones with an eye like this because it looks really interesting. Just place it randomly. And then I have little pieces of freeze-dried raspberries that I've broken up into smaller pieces and I'm just gonna sprinkle it around. Finally, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of rose petals. Aren't they so pretty? I actually got this in the spice aisle at World Market. It comes in this pretty purplish color that I think goes so well with our bar, our chocolate bar. Smells so good too, it's like potpourri. You guys know the drill, let it sit for a couple minutes and then we'll pop it into the fridge. So here are our finished products. The chocolate has set and the sprinkles, some of them might be loose, but that's okay. Just shake it off. But pretty much everything has stuck to the chocolate. It's so pretty. This one is my favorite. Look how interesting it looks. It looks like a piece of art. But I love how the speckles of gold just kind of shows through and then the roses. I actually really appreciate that the roses weren't pink or red and that they were purple, just because it gives a little more interest to our design. All right, now I'm just gonna carefully peel our chocolate off. I really like these silicone molds because it makes it a lot easier to do this. It's flexible. And look at the back. It's nice and shiny. Gorgeous. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys how I would package them up to give as gifts. Here I got some gold foil. I got them off of Amazon. Make sure you're buying food grade foil because there were some that weren't. And just measure it to be the width of the chocolate bar. This looks about good. I'm getting crafty today. I'll place my chocolate bar in the middle of the foil. Actually, I think I will flip this around. Cover it. Wrap it like a neat little package. You can probably make the length a little longer just so it folds down here, but I miscalculated. That's okay. I just realized this is my first time doing arts and craft or crafty things on the channel, and as you can see, I am not very crafty. That's my sister's department growing up. Okay. And then now what I think I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut the paper just so that it barely covers the sides of the chocolate bar. So I think right here is good. And what would be really neat is that this can double as your Valentine's Day card. So I can write a little message in here. Let's see, who should I give this to? I guess Nate or Erisy. No, she can't eat it yet. Let's write to Nate. Dear husband, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Love them. Okay, so the note will go inside. So using our pretty side, I will face it down. And then we'll just wrap our chocolate. And then if you guys wanted to add fun designs, I have hearts here that I've already cut that you can just glue on. And our chocolate bar is done. What you guys think of my arts and craft project? I definitely know that the chocolate is awesome, but I could use some work in the craft department. I know this is not my area of expertise. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our chocolate bar inspirations today. So I'll have the step-by-step tutorial listed on my blog at honeysucklecatering.com, which is powered by Squarespace. If you guys are interested in creating your own online store, website, or even blog, head over to squarespace.com where you can get a 14-day trial. If you guys are ready to start your blog, I have a coupon code for you in the link in the description box below. Thank you to Compartes for giving me the inspiration. I don't want to rip you off because your chocolate really is amazing. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys are doing for Valentine's Day, and if you guys have any DIY Valentine's Day projects, I would love to hear about it because I am all about DIY Valentine's Day gifts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys real soon for Mom Days. Bye!